Today's Q Plus broadcast is proudly presented by Super Cheap Auto. Father's Day catalogue out now. And Intrust Super, at your service.
In the early years of the Queensland Cup, the North Queensland Young Guns were playing as the feeder side of the North Queensland Cowboys, and in round 6, 2002, travelled to Bishop Park to face the North Devils. The clash featured a very young Billy Slater on the wing when he was just starting out in the state's top grade for the Devils, who were also stacked with Queenslanders Dallas Johnson, Chris Walker and NRL prospects Paul Fatarira, Sammy Tadulala, Mark Brentnell, Wade Fenton and Clint Amos. The Young Guns had Chris Shepherd in the centres, a lethal halves pairing of John Doyle and Aaron Payne, forwards Jamin Lowe and Michael Luck, and current Townsville Blackhawks football operations manager Adrian Happy Thompson was their coach.
The referee, Tony Maxoud, and off we go. Our first chance to see the North Queensland Cowboys in action in this competition. And of course, North very keen to come back with a win. Taken forward well there by Semi Tadulala, and the first penalty of the match goes to the Devils. Chance for them to get it away from their own line. The kick for touch from Mark Brentnell. How does that kick look, Dave? Not too bad. He's picked up touch about 5 short of halfway.
Yeah, that's similarities there. The old drop punt, so his dad's been teaching him well. But Jerry, it's interesting, you know, we've had early penalties in just about every game over the last 3 or 4 weeks. When you have a look at the NRL, they seldom get penalties early. The referees are making sure players get back. There's more discipline. Let's hope that we can get clean starts to these games and not the necessity for a flood of penalties early.
So Norths have taken it just 30 metres short of the line now. Down on the sideline, and we'll go to Warren in just a moment as North decide to keep this ball alive. No way through there for Paul Waturia. Caught just inside the 30-metre line. Tony Maxoud watching the Young Guns to ensure that they are back now. And now spread across field to Kirk Reynoldson, taking the tackle on the 20. Into dummy half goes Chris Morrow. Brentnell puts it high. That's not a bad kick, although it hasn't gone distance, but there'll be a contest for the ball, or won't there? The Young Guns are allowed to bounce, and now they've got to rely on their strength in defence because it's going to be tested. Waturia heading towards the line, brilliantly keeping it alive over the top there, back to JP Cherry, and now the kick if it holds up on the end goal, but it's not going to, across the dead ball line. So the Young Guns will bring it back to the 20. And on the sideline, Warren Boland, great day to be sitting on the sideline.
Well, it's quite hot, Jerry. It's going to be hot for the players. They're climbing towards 30 degrees. It'll be that right now, and no wind at all, but otherwise very good conditions for the game. The Cowboys had an unsettled start to the game. The Young Guns, plane was delayed. They've only been off the plane about an hour and a quarter, so that wasn't the perfect preparation for them. And for North, talking about Mark Brentnell at halfback, North's really on their number 3 halfback there because no Marty Turner, no Cameron Smith. They have used John Paul Cherry there a couple of times as well. He's at 5'8" today, but it is a big test for the young Mark Brentnell.
Scrappy play there, ball away by the Cowboys. Finally, they get it out wide to Michael Luck. But the Cowboys had a bit of luck from that high ball before. I thought a player was taken out, but it wasn't noticed. Good long kick downfield, taken nicely there by Billy Slater. He brings it back. The chase is good enough to contain him just outside the 30. Faturia, good run out of there. Good quick play. The ball brought about another easy 10 metres for the Devils. They've started sharply here. Strong defence from the Cowboy Young Guns. Wade Fenton to take it forward. Again, they're making good territory, North. Of course, it's all about a territorial game. Down the blind side. It is Brentnell, throws the dummy, then offloads. It's Reynoldson, play the ball on the 30. Up to Brentnell again under a bit of pressure. He just faded away from that kick. I don't think anyone put a hand on him, even though he's lying on the ground. He's trying to milk a penalty. This is play on. They picked up by Faturia. Beautifully snatched out of the air, one-handed. Well, what a great end result that was. After Brentnell had put up a kick, he was under enormous pressure. He saw the player coming at him and he fell away from the attempted tackle. and then across field they picked up the crumbs. Little second kick, and Futuria somehow or other snatched it out of the grasping hands of a young gun to score it. Have a look at this attempted tackle on Brentnell, just misses him.
Did you say about Brentnell, Greg Brentnell, kicking a ball backwards? Look at that one. It's actually, if it hasn't gone backwards, it's gone straight across field, and it was brilliant work here. Watch the way Futuria grabs that ball with one hand and then is able to fend off John Doyle and go across for the try. Most impressive work, and it looked like it was going to come to nothing for the Devils, and I think that the Young Guns were believing that as well, and as a result the outside backs for the Devils were able to take advantage of a great grab out of the air by Futuria, and once he had it in hand there was nobody going to stop him. So a good try to the Devils to open up the scoring, and it's certainly what they would have been looking for as well.
He had a try scored with 5 kicks in succession last week. 2's not too bad either, as Jake Webster adds the extras.
Australia, meet your new McCafe blend. Roasted and blended in Melbourne. Smoother, richer, and crafted for Aussies who love great coffee. The new McCafe blend. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Fafita, he's already got 2! Put him down for 3!
There's so much happening on the field, make sure you witness all the action. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise.
Well, Terry Madison would be pleased with that. It's probably important. Semi Tajalala bringing that ball forward, playing out on the right wing, but has a big role to play there in bringing the ball out. And now Kirk Reynolds, as David said, our man of the match last time we were here at Bishop Park, which wasn't all that long ago, a few weeks ago. Outside the 30, so they're about 15 short of the halfway, and they've still got a few more tackles here. Wade Fenton. Well, ball, loose ball. Chance here for the Cowboys to grab it, and they come up with it. 45 metres out. Good attacking position for them. Lee McWilliams. Now 35 out. The offload to Jamin Lowe. Would have been exciting for him last week, playing his first game in the big league and being a part of a winning team against South. That was great for the Cowboys. Now they're just 20 metres out. So a real chance here as John Doyle plays the ball. Well, they're keeping it on that short side. Ken McGuinness close to touch, into touch.
Well, they took the risk of running down a short side. Desault had a bit of a look left, and then obviously there'd been a call on. They thought they could make some extra numbers here, and McGuinness, though, always going to be in trouble with a good sliding defence.
They were well organised on the left. I've got no idea why they went to the right, David. There was nothing particular on there, and they had a good line set stretching to the far left.
Look at those scores for this year. North Queensland, 245 for, only 76 against, as opposed to North's 160 and 84. And a big differential there, 169 versus 76. And they're 2 winning teams.
Yeah, both top sides. And, there was a match there where the North Queensland Young Guns ran in 80-odd points in one game, so they've certainly got the attacking firepower. Again, Fenton gets it up over the halfway line. Certainly was a great chance gone begging there for the Cowboys a bit earlier. The Young Guns up to Brentford again on the last tackle. Again, he's been brought down. This time he held his leg. That tackle came in low, and that can often be a very dangerous action to try and go low at the legs of players as they're kicking the ball. They outlawed that a while ago. I just didn't pick up.
Michael Luck was the tackler.
And
I don't know that it was illegal. Certainly, as you say, it wasn't high. Whether it was a fraction late, I thought it was okay.
It was actually low, Warren. He came in at his legs. And that's very dangerous. That was actually banned, that action. For a moment, a trainer called for assistance, but then Brentnell, to his credit, got up. And also got a couple of players down now, though. I think it's Tajalala.
Never back.
And another penalty now going to the Young Guns.
It's not
Tajalala who's down.
They certainly are applying pressure to the kicks of Mark Brentnell.
It was Jake Webster who was down. He's back now because they'll need all hands to the pumps here as the Cowboys go back on the attack. Driving defence, though, holds back McWilliams. Settler, Rebel. And he's still powering his way forward. Gazot looks on the left-hand side. He's got Luck as one runner. Gives it to him. Luck busts his way close to the line. Pops it out the back door. Very nicely. Kept alive as well. Out through Doyle. Can he keep it alive? There's gaps on the outside if he can. No, swarming defence just cuts him down at the last second. They go back down up the middle this time. Low brought down. Good defence this from the Devils, but they'll have to hang on a couple more. Good quick pass this time out to Muckett, and he's into a gap, and they've replied immediately, the Young Guns. Well, we've heard about this attacking capability. They've got close to the try line. Good gap running there by Chris Muckett as he went through the gap running a slight angle.
And a beautiful pass from Aaron Payne, the halfback. We'll see it here. Doyle in it, or Dassault rather, in a dummy half. And there, just really quick hands. Payne flicking the pass out. And over went Chris Muckett to score the try. But Aaron Payne, quick thinking was needed, quick hands were needed. He came up with a pass, and it was Muckett who had a clear run to the line. He was the man that the ball needed to hit, and it was hit right into his chest.
Yeah, they certainly look like they're pretty clinical, this Young Guns outfit. Early days, of course, but they got down here a little while ago and getting too close to the touchline. This time they get it sorted out pretty well. Each time they look pretty dangerous as they took the ball toward the try line. Aaron Payne, as you say, very good pass, and I believe he's the nephew of our I think ABC co-commentator and Gavin Payne. So there's a bit of a
got some of
good
his
bloodlines,
ability, obviously.
yes. Yeah. And I think the son of Mark Payne, who used to play some years ago in the Brisbane comp, but they are from North Queensland. Kick this time from Justin Mackay. No problems. We've got a locked-up ball game at 6-all.
At Super Cheap Auto, we've got gift ideas dads dream about. Like this Armour All Clean-Up Kit for just $19.99. Or these Newlon 6-litre full synthetic engine oils for $39.99 each.
Ice break. Bring it on!
You're talking about Justin Mackay. Warren, he scored 40 points in their massive win against Logan 2 weeks ago. 40 points in one game is extraordinary.
It'll get your confidence up.
I reckon. Good darting run up the sideline here by McGuinness.
Right, he never scored 40 points in a season.
In my life.
Career, yeah. Doyle up almost to the halfway as the Young Guns making ground again. Paul Dassault. Michael Luck then linking up with the outside backs, or Lee McWilliams joining in there, taking the pass from Payne again. You just get the impression that Aaron Payne is the sort of player that you'd like to play outside. He's got a handy pass, although that one might not have gone where it was originally intended, but John Doyle did well to pick it up. Here he goes again, Payne. Little kick over the top this time, looks to be well covered. And back there, Gavin Duffy. Well, he had plenty of time, but he's run across field quite a way. Might have gone right away, and he had support out wide. Michael Luck was the one who came up with that good tackle on him. Semi Tajulala offloading the pass. They've also got a long way to go from there, just outside their own 20. Currently 6-all between the two teams. Tajulala playing it. Strong run here.
Interesting when it gets to the kick at the end of this tackle count, though, to see how Brendel handles it and whether he's chased down again by the Young Guns.
Phil Brennelson. So just sort of the halfway. Here it is, the fifth tackle. Here he is, Brendel running with it for a while, and then a grubber kick. Well, he has got a bit of variety in his kicking. Taken down there by Brenton Bowen and across to Justin Mackay.
Brendel also, just as his father did, spent a lot of time playing Aussie rules. His father actually, I think, is the football manager for the Melbourne Storm. So he spent some years in Melbourne. And
well, he grew up in the Riverina, didn't he? In that country where they tend to play both.
Yes.
Sometimes Aussie rules on Saturday and rugby league on Sunday, or the other way around.
And now we've got a
forward pass call, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
just slightly overrunning the pass.
Come back here, boys.
Just from the dummy half, they're trying to get those flat rucks working and marginally forward, and it's a huge penalty to pay. Change of possession for sure here with loose head and feet to the Devils.
That was Jamin Lowe, who played for the Cowboys in last week's win over Souths up in Townsville. breakthrough win for this season for the Cowboys. Speaking of Greg Brendel, he worked as the development officer in the Riverina for the last few years before becoming part of the Melbourne Storm operation.
Jake Webster this time tries to break the tackle. As we said, he's right up there on the top of the try-scoring list at the moment. Go down a blind side, but that's not a good pass from Keogh. Hasn't gone in touch, so they managed to... and
Just wait, guys. Sorry about that.
Could be a blood bend. Oh, no, we could have some sound problems here for Tony Maxud. The earpiece that he needs to communicate with his touch judges.
9, it's too far back, 9.
The Young Guns, little string passing across the face of the defence, often used just to try and suck in the defence and just get on the end of a stack. Rebel, big man, gets it up almost to the 40. Down a blind side, Doyle, player coming back on the inside. Try scoring Muckett does pretty well to turn it back again. That's play on, been knocked back the whole time, I think. Picked up again, that's McGuinness. He fires the pass out there to Bowen. Bowen with a bit of fancy footwork, almost gets there himself and into touch. Great cover defence in the end to drag him into touch. Good tackle that from Chris Morrow, as again the Young Guns show how effective they are with the football. There it is, good sliding, low cover defending tackle there by the hooker in Chris Morrow to take the winger into touch.
We'll have to check if Bretton Bowen is a relative of Matt Bowen, who's playing some dazzling football at the top level for the North Queensland team.
He was outstanding last week, Matt Bowen, as well, against South. This ball taken forward by Billy Slater. North with quite a deal of work to do to get out of there. Good solid defence again from the Young Guns, trying to duck through there. Let's get up to within about 20 metres or so of the halfway line. This is Trent Keogh. He's a solid boy. Brentnell showing it on the left and then getting it away to Kirk Reynoldson, and that was close to a forward pass as well. Brentnell once more. He's running close to the defensive line and then looking for options. JP Cherry taking the tackle just short of halfway. Gavin Duffy in quickly. The fullback from dummy half. That kick is a good one. It's going to hold up in the in goal. They're going to have to run it out from there. Justin Mackay. Well, no problems getting out into the field of play now. Bowen's got a bit of room here, but he's quite comfortably picked off in the end.
You would have thought that the chase could have pinned them in the in-goal area. It was held up there, trickling around in the in-goal area. Would love to have forced a drop out, the North Devils.
Well, it showed as well that Gavin Duffy getting in there to be a dummy half and coming up with a kick that obviously North have a couple of kicking options. Is Jamin Lowe. DeSalt has options left and right here, going to the right. Muckett running the decoy runner at the angle. Doyle in a dummy half. Payne's kick is not a bad one either, but Tadulala looks like he's got plenty of time, but he can't afford to just take too much time there, and in the end you can see that he's ended up only 2 or 3 metres out into the field of play.
Yeah, very casual approach there by Semi Tadulala. I guess he was hoping for a period of time there that it might have run over the dead ball line, and that hope wasn't realised, so North now have to get it out of their real danger zone.
Those last 2 sets demonstrate how easy it is under the 10-metre rule to go from one end to the other. You've got 2 kicks at the end of sets ending up in the in-goal area, yet in this case the Young Guns go from one end of the field to the other in a set with the kick on the end of it.
North's kicking even a bit earlier than the last tackle, so they're keen to play it down the other end. Again, I think it was Duffy who put that kick in.
Normally, Warren, you'd say that the Cowboys would have the breeze here at Bishop Park, but there doesn't seem to be a lot today.
No, it's very calm. The players would enjoy if there was a slight breeze to cool them down. If anything, a very slight, just a zephyr behind the Young Guns in the first half.
Low to take it up over the halfway line. North have rung a few positional changes. They've got Billy Slater playing at fullback now, and the number 1 in Duffy playing up in the line. Oh, strong defence over there by Semi Tadulala. That's powerful stuff. Payne.
Sure, it feels like he's been hit by a semi.
Get his number. North now again to work it out of their own territory. There's been some copybook rugby league so far in terms of the coaching manual. Get that yardage play going and then get a good kick on the end of it. Slater tried to get out of his own territory there. Norths are finding it a bit harder now. Jake Webster, still, that's the third tackle. They've only got it to the 20. Now they finally get a bit of steam up with a good forward ruck. No way through there, though. Gardner plays it. Brentnell goes to the line, fires it up there to Reynoldsson. So they're trapped inside their 40. Brentnell want to get a good long kick on this now. He chips under it, which I don't believe was the right action to put on that. It would have been better to kick over the top of the ball and get it to go further in the air and hopefully getting it to bounce and roll forward. The under kick was always going to allow a defender to get to it on the full.
What do you think of David Wright's analysis of kicking, Warren? Very impressive for a front row.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the kicking over the top of the ball, but I know what he was getting at.
Of course, I could never do it. I just read it in a book.
Just know what to do, yeah? That's what it's all about. Michael Luck taking it across the halfway. As the young guns get into a position where they might be able to launch some attack again. Johnny Doyle had Muckett looming.
A couple of other players outside too. They had the extras there if they could have put it through a couple of hands.
Oh, was that knocked on? He said play on. So the kick over the top by Payne. Plenty of time, though, for Billy Slater to take the ball and run it out fairly comfortably. And able to escape one, and now he's away, straight through. Must score. 50 metres to go. There is a man giving chase. Can he get there? And, great work. As that Mark Brentnell has come up with that fantastic chase. Oh, it's Payne. It was indeed Payne. Now the kick out. Oh, knocked on by Clint Amos.
Here they go again, though.
Yeah, Bowen, maybe he'll be in the clear. What an amazing situation. What an amazing game. Lost ball. That'll be a knock on, I say, before the ball going into touch. Or is he playing the touch? But what an extraordinary set of circumstances there. First, Billy Slater looked like he was going to score for sure.
Well, this is one way to get it out of your own territory. Norths have laboured earlier today, but Slater, what a great bust. And then the acceleration, it looked for all money he was going to make it, but how quick is Aaron Payne? He's picked him up in big strides. Slater then decided he had to change direction to get away. And then the second phase play, the ball, the supporting player just couldn't handle. But instead, Norths now still get a chance to go back on the attack. Gould now on the park. And he's lost it. Well, we've had some spectacular and we've had some disappointing in the last minute or so.
It was exciting, but you've got to say that's a try blown by Norths with 5 tackles up their sleeve. They just had to play out a couple more tackles. They had to score if they waited and got organised, but they rushed it.
Got some ability, this Billy Slater. If I recall, the last time we covered Norths here, there was a huge bust at the end of the game that ultimately came to nothing in the dying seconds. I'm pretty sure Slater did that out of nothing as well. So
he's been getting some raps in the last few weeks for his performances too, Billy Slater. That's interesting there. Some wingers can run out the 100 metres strongly. He obviously faster over the first 60, but usually that's all you've got to run.
Well, you'd hope so. But
you're pretty happy if you can run quickly and beat the opposition for 60. More often than not, you're going to be over the line by that point.
And it really was a fantastic effort by Payne, of course, firstly in picking him up, but then going on with the tackle, because Billy Slater stepped and tried to step away from him, but there's no way Payne was going to give in. He kept coming back at him and came up with that.
Well, Jerry, that's
really
the amazing thing. Aaron Payne, a halfback, tends to be very quick over the first 30 and then starts to die. And Payne just kept coming over. Well, he was chasing for a good 60 or 70 metres.
Traditions are dying, Warren. It's a new world.
No, his uncle would be very happy with that, because Gavin was very quick over the long distance too. So it could well be in the bloodlines.
Kirk Reynoldsson just short of the 30. Captain Duffy in a dummy half there now. Strength from halfway. He goes Duffy again. Good darting run. Taking it well into North's territory. So he's doing an excellent job up the front there, Gavin Duffy. Obviously he has a few strings to his bow. Brentnell now with a long cutout pass and another one out deep. No way through there though for Victoria. He was the early try scorer. Brentnell went around to that short side as well as the ball was linked up to Trent McKeough. His pass going to ground.
Yeah, not a good pass there from McKeough. He didn't look. He really didn't appear to be headed toward touch either. So the pass was not essential. And it was always going to be a dangerous ball. And the Young Guns have got possession right where they like it, back inside opponent's territory. There's a couple of angles being run. As McWilliams gets it up over the footy. Good quick play the ball too. Flick back on the inside to Luck. Luck fades across the ruck, goes to the defensive line. The defence takes him hard, but he does come through. So a good quick play the ball will give them trouble as well. Dezolt again, one-handed pick up there to Doyle. Long pass this time. Out to McGuinness. Little grubber kick in behind. Should be a try. Good work this from McGuinness and Bowen. Beautiful little grubber kick. When you're running at full pace, to drop that ball on your foot and not have it to go too far is a real skill, but beautiful work on the inside. Dezolt, Doyle, McGuinness, and then at the end, Bowen.
Yeah, there the ball spun out wide, and watch this kick by McGuinness. Little grubber kick. Bowen follows it through. The race was on then. Who was the quicker winger? It was Brent Bowen, and he comes up with the try. There he is, the try scorer, Brenton Bowen, 3 for this season. And a pat on the head. There, that beautiful pick-up by Paul Dezolt. Now, passing it on to John Doyle, and his cutout pass then. McGuinness, it was 2 against 2 still, and McGuinness's kick in behind gave Bowen the opportunity that Vituria had to turn around and go back. So Bowen was able to come up with the try. And a good one for the Cowboys to put them in front by 10-6. We've just gone through the midway point of the first half, and it's been pretty close between these two teams. We've seen some entertaining football.
Tell why the Cowboys are, or the Young Guns are running up a mountain of points. They've got plenty of skills. All that came from a loose pass back on the halfway line or thereabouts by Norths, and the Cowboys just lapped up that opportunity, took it the 55 odd metres they needed to come up with points on the end of it. Just shows you so important to get a good finish on the end of your 6. You can't surrender possession where you don't want to, other than right down the other end of the park.
Justin Mackay's kick looks not too bad. Coming back. Oh, hits the upright. No goal.
New 4X Dry. They're nice.
Some strong work from the Young Guns forwards in the lead up to this play. McWilliams hit it up hard. Luck almost went through, and there's the finish. John Doyle out to McGuinness, and on the wing there, Brenton Bowen was calling for that kick to be put through. He knew there was space in behind, and there's no way you can defend against that. Certainly not from the North's centre and winger. They are committed to the tackles. The only hope is that the fullback can get across. At present, it is Billy Slater playing at fullback. He couldn't get across there to cut it off. Just very, very smart play by the Young Guns.
Well, they've hit the lead now, and they've made a few changes. Ben Leahy, his first touch of the ball, I think, just inside the 20. Brenton Bowen, after scoring the try, keen to be involved right bang in the middle of the field as well. Dezolt with the offload to Derek Watkins, who's also come on from the bench. Well and truly upended. Paul Dezolt, good darting run and good support play too, so they're up to the halfway already. This has been a good set of 6 for them so far. Mackay in the back line, and nice offload from Doyle to Chris Muckett. 40 out now, that's the 5th tackle. Payne, no, it's not Payne, Justin Mackay putting that very high, gives the chasers plenty of time to get through there, but Semi Tajalala took it pretty well under pressure. He knew that there was a defender, Shepherd, racing through, but he was quite comfortable in taking it.
Very well done there by Tajalala. That was an extremely high ball, so he had plenty of time to think about it. And it was one that had to be taken too. The last thing they wanted there was to surrender possession.
He's a big bloke, this fellow, isn't he? Pat Gardner, he takes them on, and there's a battle going on in the forwards, David. Just who's going to get on top? I think the Cowboys have got the edge at the moment, but this North pack can go with them, and it's going to be a real good battle in the middle there.
Yeah, they're called the Young Guns, this North Queensland side, but there's plenty of Young Guns in this Devils outfit too. So there's plenty of rivalry. I reckon he's nicknamed that young fella Gardner as Hurricane. Well, I think that's just about how he tries to play the game too, tries to blow him away. As now the Young Guns work it out of their own territory through Muckett. They're again being able to stand in tackles, and if you let skillful players do that, you're going to pay for it. McWilliams. It's the third. Results doing some good work out of that dummy half position. Gets all the way across the field, back on the inside nicely. Keep the ball alive up to Payne. That's the fourth. They're really keeping the defence thinking all the time. Leahy didn't have to do much thinking there. He just decided to take a good quick 10 metres and give the kicker a good chance to have clearance. Payne decides to run it. Tries to pass out. No, second kick. Probably go too far, this one. But again, players quite keen to put pretty talented kicking into play. On that occasion, just went too far.
That is one of the few occasions they've kicked too far. Most of their kicks have been well placed, landing, finishing the roll pretty close to the try line, so they've forced Norths to bring it back out from their own end.
And in a territory situation, be interesting to get the stat at half-time. My belief would be that Norths have spent the majority of their time in their own territory. Might be able to get that stat just to give us a progress right around about the 30-minute mark. Norths in their own half for 60% of the time. You don't want to be playing football down here. Absolutely critical now. This is their third. They want to at least give the ball back to the Cowboys deep inside their territory. Oh, he's in front of the man, I would think, so this won't count. He's called out of it, so he had to stay away. Again, not a good kick from Norths. Because of that, if you're going to put a tactical kick on like that, it's absolutely essential to time your run. Probably cost them 15 or so metres in not being able to make that tackle. And again, the Cowboys will get it into North's half within a couple of tackles. There's the halfway line. You count that one in the North's territory. Down blind side, Watkins. Again, they've just got the upper hand in territory, and it's very hard to break this sequence. Luck pops the pass up there to Doyle nicely. Strong defence. Luck's down as well. Strong tackle it was by Hurricane Gardner. And McGuinness, that's been touched, so that'll be play on. Picked up there by Slater. Juggles again. Can he get away this time? No. Luck is back to his feet, but the touch judge is on, perhaps to speak about that particular incident.
Yeah, the tackle on Luck, I think it might be in question.
Well, I think there's another one down on the far side, and there'll probably be a penalty way back there.
It's the little grubber kick again through by McGuinness.
You'll find out in a minute.
I think it is on was Michael Luck, and 14. The tackler was certainly Paul or Pat Hurricane Gardner. I didn't think there was too much wrong with this. You would not have called it late.
Okay, and you didn't. You weren't committed to the tackle.
Oh, come
Leave
on.
the player alone. Simple
Come
as that,
on,
okay?
it was split-second stuff. Gee, I'd love to see that one again. This big man was doing 100 mile an hour. The pass had to be done in a matter of a half a second. Let's have a look at it. Now, you can't pull out of that. He's got him for late, not for high. I reckon that's a tough call.
Well, you're right, David.
Meanwhile, the Young Guns have a great chance now. 25 metres out to Salt. And just losing his footing there, Ben Leahy, but another penalty.
He still took him out,
Obstruction. A little bit of confusion, and that stumble that Jerry talked about probably caused him to run an awkward path.
It didn't stop the tacklers tackling him, David. I reckon, well, look, I know the referees often will penalise that, but really no tackler was stopped from making that tackle in the end.
Well, essentially he ran into Lee Williams, didn't he, and then into the tacklers anyway.
Well, he gave himself up. There was really no advantage or disadvantage, I didn't think.
I've got a more severe interpretation on the decoy play this year, but certainly, as you say there, Warren, there was no one actually obstructed, but I think the fact that he ran into the back of his own player caused the referee to say, well, let's give a penalty.
Maybe it was calmer, David, after the
yes.
the earlier penalty for the late tackle.
Gardner, I think that time carting it up nicely down the blind side. JP Cherry throws the dummy. Giving half Duffy. Chip over the top there by Amos. And recovered by the Cowboys. Now let's see if they can get their way out of their own territory more easily than what Norths have been able to do. The name of the game here is to keep them inside their own half for their set of 6. Phillips. Both well-coached sides, playing with purpose. Michael Luck. That was the fourth, so chances are they'll keep them in their own territory. Although if he can keep this ball alive and make it interesting, Doyle can't pick it up. He didn't have to. McGuinness got it. McGuinness stalls for a moment, just trying to fill the defence. That ball's gone through the hands of Shepherd and backwards, so they've lost the plot a little bit here. The Young Guns. And this is last tackle, so having to kick from inside their 40, big long kick downfield, and Slater will have to do some work to get a hold of this one. Gets it on the bounce. Unfortunate bounce could have been interesting if it had bounced awkwardly, and he's driven back Slater. So good chase from the North Queensland Young Guns.
And it's what they needed, because they really did look to be asleep a short time ago when Ken McGuinness was running to the ball and nobody seemed to be wanting to be a part of the action. Now this is good work by the Devils to get up well short of the halfway line. Wade Fenton forced backwards. Did manage to offload though. Now Brett Knoll up to the halfway, this time keeping it alive to Faturia, and that was a fair collision as well. Faturia keeping it alive out to Tony Gould, and he's into touch. What the Devils didn't need.
And what Terry Madison, the coach, didn't need, they've just too often conceded possession in about this area of the park. Just when you're starting to build a bit of momentum and you might have a chance to put on a good attack play, they're just making errors and giving the Young Guns another chance to go on the attack.
The players have gone over the sideline a number of times already in the game, though. That was a good driving tackle from Ken McGuinness, forced Gould out. Looking at the halfback position at the moment, Aaron Payne looks like he's off the field for North Queensland, and Grant Ravelli playing there.
Justin Mackay tackled just in the North territory now. Watkins just making 10 metres. Lee McWilliams. Good strong run by McWilliams. Almost had the hands free, able to get it away. Johnny Doyle, that one-handed pickup, and stays alive. Now just 20 metres out, he needs somebody to run onto the ball, and there's a man, might have been forward perhaps, but kept alive. Doyle linking up there with Ravelli, and then back to Doyle, or Dussault rather, and Dussault has put it down for the try.
Well, we've seen John Doyle do it for Queensland, so there's no reason why he won't do it out here, and that's break tackles and come out the other side. State of Origin last year, Bishop Park here at the moment. You'd like to think he'll be back in the Cowboys side before too long. He is an awkward player. He just keeps bouncing away from tackles, makes the break, had support there in Dussault, but decided not to use him. Found Ravelli, and have a look at this for a quick pass back on the inside to Dussault. He thought he was going to get it earlier, but to his credit, just kept following the ball, and Paul Dussault comes up with the try. The Cowboys, with this mountain of territorial possession, are allowed to play attack football. A couple of tackles should have been made here, but give credit to Doyle. He is a good runner in terms of the position of his body, and then just look for support in Ravelli and back to Dussault. That's a good backup try, just punching down the middle after a couple of missed attempted tackles on the talented John Doyle.
Paul Dussault played with Townsville in 98 in the Queensland Cup, and in 99 with Cairns. North Queenslander, and now Justin Mackay with this conversion, which will give the Cowboys a handy lead with 5 minutes to go to half-time. Totally concentrating. No doubts about that one over the dot, and it's now 16-6.
Just remarkable. Oh, shot. What a tackle.
Very good backing up here, following Doyle, who was ducking and weaving and beating a number of tackles here. He's beaten at least 3 or 4 tackles. One particularly, this one wasn't a good one, slipping away. But there's Ravelli backing up, quick step, finds support, got the call from Dussault, looked to the man in support, and he was there. And that is a well-worked try by the Young Guns. You wonder why John Doyle is playing in the Queensland Cup and not at the NRL level. He was in the team early in the year for the Cowboys, but then dropped, and supposedly a question over his attitude off the field as to whether he was giving it all, whether his discipline was there off the field. But I'm sure now he would have had his head right and be making every post a winner.
Well, I think he has made a resolution to get everything right, and something like that is only going to help his footballing attitude, that's for sure. As he's shown, a real talent. His performance in the State of Origin last year was most impressive. Dassault now. A kick from Grant Ravelli. It's going to roll right across that dead ball line. So too big. I just wondered if the breeze might have even picked up a little bit as that ball was in the air.
It has, Jerry. You are right. It has picked up a little. It's by no means strong, but it's noticeable now.
Big 3 minutes coming up to half-time. Norths really do need to balance this ledger. They had one try up really early in the piece, but and had one golden opportunity a bit later on. But since then, they have really just played in their half. That's the third tackle. So can they finally get a little bit of attack ball? Duffy out of dummy half up there to Brentnell. Brentnell to JP Cherry, tries to go through the line, but Doyle had him covered and aggressively flings him into the ground. Dummy for Turia, little good chance to come down a blind side for Turia. Little step off the left foot, has got support. Can he go all the way himself? Yes, that's exactly what the Devils needed. Turia, beautiful work, did it all himself. Initially away from the dummy half, through a couple of dummies as he went through the line. Dummied everyone for that matter, and almost untouched.
Well, it was just sensational stuff. He scored the try earlier, of course, there, ball in hand, just putting the doubt in the minds of the defenders. And then now here is when you thought he had to pass to Cherry, but he decided not to. I'm sure JP Cherry could smell a try and would have been screaming for the ball and was probably saying, you've done the wrong thing. But Paul Faturia knew he hadn't, and the dummy filling the opposition defence, and over he went. There, again, just stepping beautifully. There, back inside
he was
touched. Bowen.
He was touched there, Jerry. There's no doubt he was touched on this one. McGuinness got a touch on him, but he didn't stop.
Wrong game. He was over for a very good try. And that's just what North needed, and just when they needed it as well. Before the half-time break, it's we're down to only a bit more than a minute to go until half-time, and that ball falling off the mound there will help. So 16-10. If the conversion is successful here for Jake Webster, well then it'll mean that there'll be only, 4 points in it.
North would be wrapped in that scoreline if they can get it back to, they'd even be happy now at 16-10 after playing most of the first half in their half. That breeze, as we've said, has picked up. They'll have that to their advantage in the second. Important 2 points though.
Oh, he's duffed that. No, he's duffed that one. Yeah, no conversion, so the score remains 16-10 in favour of the Young Guns.
A bad miss, but an excellent try by Faturia. Too many dummies taken here. The worst by Bowen. McGuinness then beaten by the step, and you can't really blame Mackay. He's got 2 against 1. He took the dummy. However, if you're the fullback, better to at least put someone on the ground. The man with the ball, if you're in 2 minds, take him. But Mackay took the dummy. Excellent work by Faturia, holding the ball out in front of him as he took off from dummy half to confuse the defence and put them in 2 minds.
Half-time hooter going there. And at half-time, it's 16-10 in favour of the Young Guns over North. An entertaining first half. Either side could win the game, so there's an interesting 40 minutes still to come.
At Super Cheap Auto, we've got gift ideas dads dream about. Like this 28-piece air compressor combo deal, 50% off. Or these tradie men's underwear for just $13.99 each.
We just can't afford new jerseys this year.
Australia, meet your new McCafe blend. Roasted and blended in Melbourne. Smoother, richer, and crafted for Aussies who love great coffee. The new McCafe blend. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
At Super Cheap Auto, we've got gift ideas dads dream about. Like this Armour All clean-up kit for just $19.99. Or these new Lawn 6-litre full synthetic engine oils for $39.99 each.
New 4X Dry. They're nice.
Second half underway. The Young Guns' first taste of the ball, running against the breeze, almost left behind there too by Grant Ravelli. At least into the hands and out again, but he had players behind him in support. Now the Devils will be very keen to see if they can have the territory domination that the Young Guns had in that first half. It's taken out by the Young Guns, but again the defence up there very quickly on Lee McWilliams before he had any chance of really establishing some ground. Keeping it going on that far side. That's Muckett. It's been hard work, but they have managed to pick up ground eventually, and that's the fourth tackle. Paul Desault's kick is going to go out on the full. Oh, no, it hasn't gone out. It still hasn't gone out. Well, that's extraordinary.
It has now. The touch judge. Now, has he put his foot on the touchline to pick this up? This
40.
could be diabolical for the Devils.
Well, even if he hasn't, it might even be a 40-20, would it? Where did he actually kick it from? It was a fair way back.
I think he might have been outside his 40, Jerry. Let's have a look at this. Well, he's stood on the line as he picked it up, so I think that's going to be loose head and feed to...
and then set it up,
it is.
No ball. Well, certainly the ball didn't go out. It was just a case of the player picking it up, putting his foot on the touchline.
So close. He only just touched the inside of the line, but that's all you've got to do. Great chance for the Young Guns.
So John Doyle feeding the scrum, and up in the back line there, Justin Mackay getting it away to Ravelli. 10 metres out, the Young Guns. Can they open the second half with an early try, as they did the first half? It was the Devils at the start of the scoring, wasn't it? Now Desault had a man running hard and straight, and he's gone pretty close to and lost the ball. Stays alive. Desault's claiming that it was ripped, and the referees agreeing.
Will they take the 2 points for 6-point lead? Now they're going to quick tap it.
And so Johnny Doyle now might go all the way, very close to the line. Doyle just short. Desault the dummy half. Watch him. He might dart himself. Instead, it's great work here. Is that plane very close to the ground? Just short does Mackay, the fullback. Justin Mackay doing very well. Doyle again. Can't get through. We saw how strong he was when he worked his way out of tackles earlier, but a couple of times he's tried to get through from a short distance. Ravelli away there to Luck. Luck can't quite get the arms free to get the pass away as well. Luck playing the ball on the short side. No room through there. Again, Semi Tajulala. Good wrapping up there. Desault puts it high. Might be a chance here on the far side. Snapped down and taken away by the Devils. So that eases the pressure.
Great passage of play that from both sides. There was plenty of enterprise in the Young Guns attack, and North just fantastic with their backs to the wall defence.
Down on the sideline, Adrian Thompson, the Young Guns coach, is with Warren Boland.
Adrian, great to have yourself and the team with the Queensland Cup this year. Very methodical in the first half, I thought. Only leading by 6 points, though.
Yeah, our set completions were down on what we'd had hoped, but full credit to our guys. I think we gritted it out pretty well, and North's come at us pretty well.
Yeah, and took your opportunities when you had them.
Yes, we did. Yeah, good couple of strong constructed tries. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
What were your instructions at half time?
Oh, we just need to tighten up on our work on the ground to slow that play down with the fraction. Like they're getting good quick play the ball, and it's a credit to North that way. But we've got to complete a couple of sets. It wouldn't be too bad to mount a little bit of pressure.
Now, Aaron Payne looked very sharp at halfback, but later in the half you put Grant Ravelli there. Aaron's okay, I take it?
Yeah, Aaron's got a slight cork on the thigh, so we'll see how he's travelling. But Grant's been playing there, so no problem.
And the forwards really taking Norths on. It's a good battle.
Yeah, it is. Good, nice, tight battle. This is what Queensland Cup's about.
Good on you, Adrian. Thanks.
Thanks very much.
Adrian Thompson there, the coach of the Young Guns.
Penalty in possession there went against the Young Guns for an incorrect play the ball, so North's somewhat allowed off the hook there as they try and there'll be another penalty now for a second tackle. Almost tripping himself was Chris Muckett. Here he is, he gets up and just nudges Duffy, who's played most of this game, even though wearing the number 1 at hooker and dummy half. Now Norths, this is Duffy to take the tap. The big man in Pat Gardner. We'll go to Terry Madison shortly. We'll just see how his side casts this ball up the field. Vincent it was. Dummy half. Pass a pass up to John Paul Cherry. Back on the inside beautifully to Makio. Cut down in a magnificent tackle when he looked like he was going to score right on the line. Norths with a great chance. Pass up this time, is it Reynoldson? Oh, so close, 4th tackle, they got 2 more, they don't need a panic yet. Pass up this time to Slater, he's lost the ball. Strong defence, kept it alive. Bound down to Webster. Webster can score a try. Jake Webster, he's scored 7 so far this year, and he racks up another one here today with a loose ball coming out the back. The Devils have gone with back-to-back penalties.
Australia, meet your new McCafe blend. Roasted and blended in Melbourne. Smoother, richer, and crafted for Aussies who love great coffee. The new McCafe blend. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
New 4X Dry. They're nice.
Down on the sideline, Terry Madison was watching it. He's with Warren Boland.
Terry's just sending messages through, Jerry, but yeah, you've got to be very happy with that try to possibly level up the scores here. Terry, only trailing by 6 at half time, but you spent a lot of time in your own half.
Yeah, we did. You know, we coughed the ball up too much, and you know, there's so many outstanding plays for the Cowboys. You just can't afford to do that. So, you know, we got back into the game at the end of the half, and it's good to get a try there. I don't usually get a try in this seat.
Yeah, see, the coaches sometimes can score a try when they're being interviewed. Now, instructions for the second half, because are you looking to get more out of your attack?
Yeah, certainly. You know, we went into basically cruise control when we were coming out, so we need to get them on the edges a little bit more and work them over. They're working us over by moving it around, so I think we've got to move their defence around a little bit.
There's Jake Webster scoring that important try. You're really on your number 3 halfback, aren't you, with no Marty Turner, no Cameron Smith?
Yeah, that's right, and you know, Cooper Cronk's out as well, so you know, we're a bit light there, but that's what we're about. It gives the kids the opportunity to come through from Colts, and I think Mark Brentnell's doing a fair job today.
You must have been looking forward to this game up against North Queensland. It won 5 straight. It was always going to be a tough contest. Yeah,
that's right. This is what it's all about, you know. We went down to Ipswich, who I thought, you know, the form team at the moment, and you know, it was up to us to get back up for today, and you know, I just hope we can go on with this and you know, make a real game of it. I'm pretty confident we can, and that try is going to help us.
Absolutely. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
And a great conversion there to make it 16 all.
Yes, indeed. And remember the tape for Terry Madison, please, Warren. And 16 all.
Nice little pick up there by Vincent when he ball was raked out, so it was okay. Vincent got onto it quickly and moved it straight to Webster, so he's done well to get across.
Real game now. Hold it steady. Should be a wonderful second half. North Devils with that bit of a breeze behind them as well. Certainly help them. So can they do what no other team's been able to do so far and come up with a victory against this very talented Young Guns team? Kirk Reynoldson, Tajalala coming in off the wing. Lots of enthusiasm in that run. Just short of the halfway. Gavin Duffy, and offloading to Gardner. Kept alive to Duffy. It's the 4th tackle, I think. This is Reece Vincent. There's another big man. Very tall, Reece Vincent. The high kick from Brentnell. That's very high. Plenty of time to apply pressure here. Allowed to bounce. The North try! Try by Brentnell! ball. He's followed his own kick through and come up with the 4-pointer that will delight his dad and delight his coach. So Brentnall goes over and North's hit the lead, 20 points to 16.
Oh, what a rainmaker. There's not a cloud in the sky, but this thing just went up into orbit. No one wanted to take it. I don't blame them in some way, but some defender had to get underneath it to make a play at it, and instead it just bounces. And at the end, they all pulled out of it. And then the bounce favoured Brentnall. Look at him push and shove his way through there to make sure he got it. This kid's on debut. This is a big moment for any young kid to play in the Queensland Cup. He's copped a bit of a blood nose for it as well. But I tell you what, the tonic of 4 points will make him feel a lot better. Absolute orbit kick.
Well, after this bounce, watch it. There are 4 Cowboys players there and 1 Devil. And he's the one who ends up with it.
He was the little devil in there, and fantastic. He's only a kid, and well, we said his father could kick a football. This guy's got all those attributes, and he's also got the determination to get there and score that try. That was a good try.
Terry Madison said that he thought he was going well, and he's certainly confirmed that opinion, and this conversion is successful as well from Jake Webster. So now the Devils in front, 22-16.
You can't allow it to bounce like that because it can go anywhere, and it did. Watch Billy Slater come through for North. Here's Justin Mackay, the fullback, waiting. Now Slater ends up just in front of him, and Mackay didn't look as if he was committed to going for it anyway, but then his path was blocked. But when the ball's up there in the air, that's not a case of obstruction. It's anyone's chance to go for it.
On your run.
Problem for Young Guns was that nobody did. Excellent work by Brentnall, though, to follow through enthusiastically.
Well, I know certainly when you go to Brisbane Broncos training, you see a lot of the practicing, especially the wingers and fullbacks practicing going for the high ball, usually using pads and everything as defenders. And it is an art, and you've got to come up with it. In that sort of situation, you've just got to really go for it.
Got to commit. What a great start to the second half by North. They've scored 12 points in 10 minutes. If you add the 4 they put on with a minute before half time, they've scored 16 points to go from 16-6 up to 22-16. So they're in their hot spot at the moment. That's the fifth. In a dummy half decides to come down a blind. Oh, well, that's not the kick he wanted. He wanted a pocket play, but instead a little chip over the top was tried, and Regal did pretty well to get a grab at it initially and then dive back and get it.
Interesting you mentioned the hot spot. If anything, you'd think it would be North's feeling the effect of the heat, not the boys from Townsville. But so far, the second half, it's Norths have come out strong.
They look real good. Don't put the Young Guns out of this, though. There's too much talent in this Young Guns side. They've just gone into neutral for a little while. I bet you they'll find top gear before too long. That's the 5th tackle. Again, a pocket play from here is what you want. A little chip over the top, so it's an attacking kick. They're looking for an awkward bounce. Tadjalala on the fly. Well, there's been some great skills here today. As we said, these are some of the best players, young players in Australia, all looking to, or many of them looking to get their chance with their parent clubs. Norths with the Storm and the Young Guns with the Cowboys. And there are some skills.
What about the previous tackle by Jamin Lowe and Grant Reeble? They really hit hard. Both of the front rows driving in.
Big, strong young men too, carting the ball forward. That's the 4th tackle up over the halfway line. As in the blind side of JP Cherry.
In fact, a very important passage of this second half came before the 2 tries by North, where they defended their own line as the Young Guns came out and nearly scored at the beginning of the half.
Here's another one. Torpedo punt. This time Phillips has got to look after it. He does well. Picks it up, goes again, turns back on the inside. Tadjalala's had a good game today too. He was almost beaten there and had to dive back to make the tackle.
And now backing around goes Stephen Shepherd. Again, good defence, held down just outside the 20-metre line. Michael Luck. Taking a while to get up. Kirk Reynoldson was involved in the tackle, and so was Gavin Duffy. This is Reeble. He was able to offload it though, so John Doyle will play the ball just outside the 30. Result. This is Doyle now. Great run by Doyle into the open. Got a player in support. He's got a couple in support. Which one do you want to send it to? Kenny McGuinness. And away goes McGuinness and scores. That's the answer that the Cowboys Young Guns needed, and they've come up with the try to reduce the score now to 22 points to 20 in favour of, which way is it?
The Devils.
The Devils, 22-20.
Seemed to be 22. Have a look at Doyle's evasion to get through the line. The little dummy, he was up against a big man. The backup here from the Cowboys coming back on the inside was a good idea from McGuinness, because in doing that, the fullback was always going the other way, and it was going to be impossible for anyone to slide on an angled run back on the inside. McGuinness positioned himself nicely, but all credit to Doyle. Look how he gets through the line. The ball in two hands, players in motion. Reece Vincent couldn't go with him, and have a look at Doyle. He's just going to time it. He had options either side, but to bring it back on the inside, as I say, you're going to wrong foot the fullback. There's no chance he can go to one and go to the next by running one way and passing the other. And McGuinness backs up nicely to keep this game simmering.
Well, McGuinness could see it, could see that he was the one if he went inside. He was fairly motoring when he called for the ball. Doyle had it in hand all the time. Knew that he had the two options, then could see that McGuinness was the better one. And the experience of Ken McGuinness certainly paying off there. Chance to level the scores now for Justin Mackay. He struck it well. Up go the flags. It's 22 all at Bishop Park. And the Young Guns and the Devils, nothing between them.
At Super Cheap Auto, we've got gift ideas dads dream about. Like this 28-piece air compressor combo deal, 50% off. Or these tradie men's underwear for just $13.99 each.
Ice break. Bring it on!
He's had a good game, John Doyle, but with a number 6 on his back, he's standing first receiver here on the right. He just gets outside Reece Vincent. Too quick for him, really, John Doyle. Looks on the inside, sets it up beautifully for Ken McGuinness to stride away, but the defence there from North's found wanting. Either Reece Vincent needs to get in closer and not be up against the man of the speed or relative speed of John Doyle, or they just simply have to pack it in tighter.
Great to see Doyle back running freely. I'm pretty sure he was plagued by lower back problems there in State of Origin last year, so it would appear that he's well and truly recovered from that, and I think it'll be long before he'll be needed at the top level. Another break here now, Dissolved it was. Beautiful pass, this one up to Mackay. Mackay looks back on the inside. Beautifully taken there by Ravelli. Ravelli, he's going to make the Tadulala from the opposite wing. What a tackle. Ravelli couldn't go the distance. Can they move it? If they move it, there won't be a left winger. You've got to bring it out wide, boys. Luck, pass out this time to Shepherd. Shepherd out to Phillips. Well, that's reading the play. Tadulala can't be in two places at once. And the Cowboys have moved it from one side of the field to the other, and for that matter, one end of the field to the other. They put back-to-back tries in the matter of 60 seconds, and they did it in style.
I think they might have heard you, Dave, actually, because that was certainly the message that they needed. And there, Paul Desault with this fantastic run, and the good backup support play there as well. The inside pass, that was Grant Ravelli. He almost made it, and that tremendous tackle by Sammy Tadulala coming across. This is where David said, you've got to spread it, you've got to spread it. Watch Doyle's big, long cutout pass to Luck. Then Luck keeps it going through the hands of Stephen Shepherd, on then to Simon Phillips, and Phillips was over in the corner for a beautiful Young Guns try. That was a ripper. And if North came out and scored a couple of quick tries, looked like they might have swung the momentum of the game their way. And the Young Guns have said, no, hold on, we can come back in here as well. Here it is again.
Great break that from Mackay, who backed up Desault. Ravelli, look at that chase from Semi Tadulala. He's right winger, so all of a sudden there's gaps on this far side, and the Young Guns read it pretty well. Good long ball there by Doyle again. Luck just had to put it through the fingers of Shepherd, and out to Phillips, who sneaks across in the corner, and that's thinking play.
Dave, I was up at Townsville Rugby League club last Saturday night when the announcement was made that North had been beaten by Ipswich. And the reaction was really took me by surprise, because I know, knowing that this game was coming up, I was sort of looking forward to the fact that they might be the two undefeated teams as they were prior to last weekend. But there's a real strong feeling in Townsville about this Young Guns team, and especially I think now that they're in the Queensland competition, and they can see that, as we've seen on show here, that there's some real skill there.
Oh yeah, it's been a very, very skillful game, some great breaks, and we've seen all the skills too. And there's been some strong defence. This one, will it go back? Is it enough? Yes. Yes, it is. Up and over. Great kick from the touchline by Justin Mackay. And they've grabbed back a 6-point lead.
An outbreak of tries after a gritty first half from both teams. Here's Doyle. Has a good look at it. Finds luck with a cutout pass. Shepherd only had to draw his man, give his winger the open line, and he did it well. They worked it very nicely there, but it started back with that break by Desault and Ravelli backing up. Ravelli's filled in for Aaron Payne, who's injured very well. But whoever gave the pass to Desault really started. A lovely ball away to Desault right in the middle of the field.
Jerry, as you say, Young Guns now in the Queensland Cup, and isn't it great to see them back in it for a couple of seasons there? Almost inexplicably, they had a team playing in the Sydney First Division competition. It is right that they are in the Queensland Cup. They bring another dimension. Of course, they were in a few years ago, weren't they? They had a side in there.
98, wasn't it, I think?
Yes, and now back in it, and they're certainly going to entertain. Oh, there's a bad injury. This is bad luck.
Well, I was referring to the fact that Scott Desault was in that team, but Scott Prince was another one.
That's true. This is bad luck here for Chris Muckett. You could hear him. He was twisted right back. The pass was quite a good one from Doyle. And then this is the twisting action. Bad luck. Need some talk about the effect of the gang tackles, the fact that the stacked defences these days, you're more likely to get two and more players in tackles, and as the singular ball carrier, it's not always easy to be in control.
This is Chris Muckett's first game back from injury too. He has been out for a few weeks, and now being helped from the field doesn't look too good.
That's bad luck. He scored a great try in the first half, running a beautiful angle. He was also there supporting Doyle very nicely, so the guy's got a lot of ability. Let's hope it's just a minor strain, if that. Cowboys again, or I should say the Young Guns. They keep it alive. Ravelli, I should say. Result's been very good. Up to Doyle. Doyle's under a lot of pressure. That's good work from Norse. They read that, but Doyle did well to keep it alive. That's good pressure from the Devils. Nice work. Good quick play. The ball will do well out on the left-hand side. If they can get players there. Good quick hands. That's what they needed. Pass back on the inside from Slater. Now Norse to get a chance to go on the attack. Walk up. See if Norse can reply immediately. Duffy, the pass up to Reynoldson. Bert Reynoldson. Duffy at dummy half, points left, comes up this time to Brentnell. Brentnell, beautiful ball! And the pass has gone astray. Webster looked like he could have been in for another. I think it might have been Gardner who offloaded the ball.
Makio, I think. Makio, who has looked dangerous on a number of occasions. The pass wasn't quite on the mark here, though. Just a little behind his support player. Not really there for Jake Webster, who's a try-scoring machine.
Could have been their chance to reply immediately. They now need to stop the rot. Doyle, another good ball out to McGuinness. McGuinness keeps it alive out there to Bowen. It's the 40-metre line. Shown in red these days because of the importance of the kicking from either inside or outside the 40 to get that 40-20 play and a loose head and feet if you can be good enough. Last tackle, another man slow to his feet. Low, that ball's gone backwards, I think. No, we're going to decide it's forward. And it'll be a changeover.
Pretty ordinary pass on such an important tackle there where you needed to get the ball straight to the kicker.
Could pay the price. It's classed as forward, but they're always marginal, those.
Well, it certainly gives the Devils another chance now when they went close a short time ago. Reece Vincent, 35 metres out. Duffy to dummy half. Nick Walker. Good solid defence there from the Young Guns. Duffy. Bretnell now. Is there a way through the middle? Duffy again. Looks like they're going to keep it going on the right. Cherry. And in the end, coming to nothing. Grabbed by Shepherd. And this is where the Devils might have to be careful that the Young Guns with the talent can very quickly make ground here.
Well, that's twice in a row that North have bombed it not too far out from the line on the attack and they put it down.
There's always a bit of a high-risk play. Interchanges 8 by North and 6 by North Queensland, so they're North are certainly burning them up.
Ball result. Now Reeball. Good run by Reeball. Didn't quite get that ball away. Dassault again. Ravelli. Moving on the outside was Michael Luck. That's the 5th tackle. And the kick coming from Derek Watkins. Oh, Tajalala taking a bit of a risk there that Billy Slater did well to hold on to the ball.
It's a huge play by Tajalala. It looked to me like he could have dived on it himself. It was going away from him. Instead, he decided to shovel it up to Slater, who was always going to be under pressure himself. A bit different if it's only one-on-one, and Slater could have got into a bit of space, but that was a high-risk play. Just to work it out of their own territory. Walk up, almost up to the halfway line. There's plenty of power in this defence as well. Walker up slowly down to Bretnell. Bretnell trying for a little pocket play here. We'll get it to bounce, but it's going to kick on. And, oh no, he's got to play at it. I don't know if Phillips really had to do that, but he's got out of his own in goal. It's going to take a long time for his teammates to get back to help him out. They're going to be a bit short-staffed for a while. Bowen there. Second tackle, 11 metres out. Guinness will do a bit of work for them as he keeps the ball alive too. McGuinness another run out of there, so that's very professional play there from Ken McGuinness. He keeps it alive as well. If they can get it coming out here, that could be interesting. Mackay up there to Luck, quick hands. Ooh, over the top, that was close. Ravelli. Almost to the halfway. They certainly look dangerous, the Young Guns. Attacking power all over the park. Another attempt to get it deep. And gets it over Tajalala's head. Into touch, so North will take the scrum, lose head and feed to the Devils. And see if they can work it out of their own territory.
They've been very physical in defence, haven't they, the Young Guns? Very aggressive. They've got some powerful big men. Norths have tried to fight fire with fire. They've done a pretty good job of it, but they do look to be just slightly outgunned in size and power in the forwards. And I'm looking at Wade Fenton sitting on the bench on the far side with ice on his wrist by the look of it. I'm wondering whether he will come back into the fray, because I think they need him, Norths.
I heard that when he tried to make a tackle on John Doyle. You could see him reel out of the tackle when Doyle set up that try in the first half. So Fenton struggling because of that.
Well, Derek Watkins was heading off the field there, and at the last moment he's been told you better get in the defensive line. I don't know whether they didn't have the replacement ready or whether they're concerned about the interchanges that they've had so far, but now the change is being made and Watkins is going off. And the Devils in possession through Clint Amos on their own 30-metre line. Again, solid defence from the Young Guns. Lee McWilliams, the number 11 involved there. Here's a good darting run too by Chris Morrow, but lost the ball once more. So Lee McWilliams comes up with it for the Cowboys. Takes him a while to get to his feet. There are a few sick and sorry boys out there. Michael Luck makes a beautiful break. He's got no support. He's going to have to do most of the work himself. Now they shouldn't panic, just again settle it all down and build here. Ravelli. They're only 15 out. And options left and right. Dassault. Just showing the ball there, Justin Mackay. That's the 10-metre line. On the short side, there's not a lot of room there. Oh, it's a good-looking kick and a try. Bowen has got it down, has he? We'll go for the replay, but I reckon Brenton Bowen has scored the try there. Beautiful kick. Rubber kick into the in goal again, of course, by Aaron Payne.
Yeah, Payne, who's been off the field for a while, has come back to answer his coach's call. We're going to go to the video for a check on this. Bowen was flying. We've had a number of tries scored from kicks today. He gets that ball. It was bouncing awkwardly and does very nicely to get that down. That's a fair try. And the Cowboys keep putting the pressure on. We've had a number of tries, as I say, through kicks. It's a very, very effective way to get the other side of the defensive line. And at 32-22 at the kick to come, Payne looked on the outside. McGuinness was rushing through as well, so it was a set play. Came off nicely. McGuinness was the one who did exactly the same or something very similar for Bowen in the first half. And this time they do just into the corner. And Bowen had to be there in that split second, because any later, I don't believe he would have been able to get it down in time. So the Devils now with a real job to do to get out of this particular hole. But I'm just amazed the number of times Norths have done the hard work, got it to the halfway line, and then surrendered possession around about the halfway line instead of finishing off the good work with a decent kick downfield. They've really allowed the Young Guns attack ball.
Congratulations to video ref Eddie Ward on a nice quick decision there. We had the result, whether it's a try or a no try, in an instant. I don't know why the NRL has to take so long about it and get it up on the big screen. It seems to go forever.
Justin Mackay with a tough one here. Can give them a 12-point lead, the Young Guns. And then they will be the team to beat in this competition. Away to the right. Still a good 10-point lead, 32-22.
New 4X Dry. They're nice.
Just remarkable. Oh, shot. What a tackle.
Time to run.
Certainly the Devils have got plenty of work to do and 13 minutes in which to do it. Reball. Big, strong and powerful. He's played in the big league. That was a nice, strong run from him.
Good run, Jerry, in the lead-up to that last try by Michael Luck. I think he's making his presence felt on the field today. He'd like to be back in the reckoning for NRL.
And now crashing across the halfway, Matthew Harris, I think it might be for the Cowboys. Tackle about 5 metres in the opposition territory. It was Harris. And if they put it down, they have knock on there from the Cowboys. So here the Devils have a chance now. They'll have a scrum feed, 10 metres in their own territory. Within a few tackles, they should be able to get into the Cowboys' half.
Quite busy right on the defensive line, these Young Guns. Look at that for missed tackles. That's dynamite. If you're missing that many and playing most of the game inside your territory, you're going to allow them across your try line a few times. But Norths have shown that they can score quick points. And if they can get a quick try, well, magic pass there from Slater up to Tadgala. They're trying to play back to one. It is. They don't have to play steady football now. Duffy. That's the zero tackle. Go forward about 3 and then put your play on. Reynoldsson. Going to go wide early. Bentonell puts it out there to JP Cherry. Fires on the outside. I think that's Webster, and they've lost it again. Now held back. No. Held back. It might have been Pachuria that went down that wing.
Yeah, go.
Been held back.
Already scored 2 tries, and there it looked like he might have had another one coming up, looking for the late pass.
Tackled without the ball there, I'd say.
Yeah, Payne was the one who was all over the player in support.
Close to going to touch there. That's the last thing they want. Cherry. He barely pulled a settler. Almost a wasted one. Let's see what they got on now. Baseball. Strongly. Northgate close. Good quick play the ball too. Trying to move the ruck this time. Poor pass out the back. Picked up by the younger. Play on, that'll be. Chances on the left-hand side if North can get it there. Vincent. Up beautifully there to Brendel. He's in. The little man, the halfback, for his second try. Mark Brendel on debut. Well, we don't see that too often these days. A number 7 running straight at the line into a gap. He's showing he's got some skills and ability. Young Mark Brendel.
Well, he's having a great time out there. There, we'll see the pass goes to him now. There was a gap. He went straight for it and total determination to get to the line. And look at the celebration for Mark Brendel. He can't believe it. He's thoroughly enjoying himself. Getting this chance, as Warren was saying earlier, because of the injuries to... well, a couple of players at least, maybe 3 players in front of him, given this chance there. The good quick hands out. Clint Amos involved, sending the pass away to Brendel, and wow, didn't I enjoy that?
Well, he certainly caught them unawares. I don't think any defender expected the number 7 to go at the line, because when he did, they were in just a state of shock. He went very close to joining players in the defence, but they just they were caught totally unawares. I think they decided they just didn't have to make a tackle on him. He was always going to be, at best, a playmaker. He made a play all right.
Here goes Jake Webster to the right of the uprights. No goal, but still it's game on. 32-26, 10 minutes to go.
Would have been a handy conversion. Lovely pass here from Amos to Brendel on the gallop. He doesn't really dart like a halfback. I don't know that he will be a halfback in years to come. Still only a young fella. But that's a very important try to put Norths back into the picture. And excellent pass from Clint Amos. Drew his man, slipped it away into the gap. Went Brendel.
See, Amos has done a few good things out there. I recall earlier when David was mentioning about a really good tackle. I think it was on John Doyle, and it was Amos who had come up with it. Semi Tadulala crashing through like a semi-trailer. And there was Jake Webster offloading the pass. 15 from halfway now. Duffy to dummy half. Brendel again, over the top pass to Cherry, keeping it alive on the far side. That's Jake Webster, or Paturia rather, just short of the halfway. Nick Walker. Going the short side is Duffy, and that kick shouldn't be any problem at all for Justin Mackay to control. He's got to get out in the field to play. It was a better kick than I thought, and he's caught in the end goal.
Well, he's come up with the goods there, young Duffy. I thought it was a bit of a nothing kick as well, but they had some good chase. The fact that he ran out of dummy half and put the kick in meant everybody was onside. And that was a big play there for the Devils. 6 points in this now, in what's been a your turn, my turn game. The one side's had a run at it, and then the other side's had a go.
Well, Norths are getting plenty of ball now, even in the lead up to the last try. Norths lost it. The Cowboys, I should say the Young Guns, touched it, gave it straight back, so they had another 6 at them and scored. Here's another chance for the repeat set.
That was a great chase by Gould and Paturia there as well. Reynolds. 25 metres out, and Gavin Duffy starts to organise, saying, go on my right, but then he sends it to the left to Gardner. Pat Gardner, good quick play the ball. Duffy keeps it going through the hands of Brendel. Was it Cherry almost through up to the 10-metre line? It was Amos instead. Now Brendel, back inside goes Billy Slater. Can't finish it off. Brendel again. Over the top pass, Reynoldson, nice hands from Reynoldson on the Cherry. There you can see the try line. That's how close they are, and that's the 5th. I think the referee said don't do anything silly. The coach should do the same. Semi Tadulala can't take it.
He was first to the ball too, Tadulala. He just couldn't hang on to it, and it's going to come back for a restart on the 22. I don't know whether Tadulala knocked this on. I think it's off his hand there, and certainly over the touch-in goal line. So the Cowboys or the Young Guns a chance to get out of their own territory, and they're going to do it pretty swiftly up to the 40-metre line. Luck. Big, strong right-hand palm. Almost to the halfway. Don't need a second tackle there. And the ball alive, that's Mackay. Mackay almost to the halfway line. That's the fourth tackle. I want to put North deep down, so it's only the fourth. They're going to hook it across field. Tajalala has been dynamite every time he's run the football. Breaks another tackle but trips. Gets it up over the 30 and is in trouble. Bad luck for Tajalala. That tripping action caught him in an awkward position, and unfortunately for Semi, who's had a top game,
take it easy.
He's incurred an injury. He's almost dived headfirst into the knee of Ben Lady. It's bad luck because he's been in some pretty good form.
Well, to the degree that you wonder about the tactic of kicking towards his wing, because he is a dangerous player. Oh, it's a nasty gash he's got on the top of his head as well. So he might have to go from the ground.
If he needs any stitches, they won't have to shave his head first anyway.
Semi Tajalala going into that, really throwing himself forward and reflecting the sort of player that he is. He's been so energetic, so involved in this game.
Australia, meet your new McCafe blend. Roasted and blended in Melbourne. Smoother, richer, and crafted for Aussies who love great coffee. The new McCafe blend. Now that's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Well, the referee just said that if the blood doesn't stop flowing, that he'll have to go off, and they might be forced to make an interchange that obviously they don't want to make.
Wait. No, wait. Wait till I blow the whistle.
He played the ball. Referee Tony Maxud says no, wait until I'm ready.
Kirk Mendelson. Cherry pops the puck. Oh, strong defence. Keogh's played well today, the big back rower too. Nick Walker. You can tell the Young Guns have gone up a gear here. They realise the importance of these few plays. They don't want North to get the upper hand, and they've managed to keep them on the halfway up to the fifth tackle. They run on the last tackle up there to Futuria. Futuria, little grubber kick. Kept it on, picked up though by Bowen. Bowen down the touchline. Well, that has been typical of this game. It's been attack and counter-attack. And the referee saying the tackle was not finished, and therefore North were entitled to take Bowen into touch.
What about the diving tackle there from Trent McKeough, one of those big men I was just talking about? He dived through the air to knock him towards the sideline.
Well, that was what North had to get. If they're going to draw this match, they had to get the football in. Away from the base of the scrum there was Amos. To Cherry, he's the experienced man. Jake Webster, the try scorer, throws a little half a dummy, but no one was taking that. The fence was very well congested there. A little bit of pushing and shoving. The big man in Gardner tries to stand in the tackle but can't. Great chance for North to square this game up. They take a point. Brentnell, again the big man. I think that's McKeough again. He just throws his body at the defensive line. It's a pretty big body too. Walker, here's another one having a go. Walker going close. That's the fifth tackle. A restart will do them if they can't get it across. Cherry! Picked it up by Davis. They scored it! They scored it with the kick to come. And I tell you what, you wouldn't put your house on the kick either. North have missed two sitters today. They should actually be ahead right now. They've got the kick to square it with less than 3 minutes to go. Great work this from the Devils to keep it alive through Cherry.
Well, how did Cherry do it? He flicked it back to Amos, and Amos, we said he's been playing well, and if you're in support, anything can happen, but it really looked like he was going to die there with JP Cherry. You thought maybe he's taken the wrong option in trying to go forward. There, it might have been because of the pass as well that he was forced to run forward, but then he was able to offload the pass and in support, Clint Amos only had to put it down over the line. What a try. It's now 2 points the difference, and a bit of pressure here now on Jake Webster. You can see how easy it looks, but think of the pressure that's there as well for a young footballer. 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes left. Wow! That might have cost the North Devils at least a premiership point.
That's a shame in a lot of ways after all that good work.
Here he is, Mr. Fix-It, JP Cherry, a former Redcliffe player. He fits into just about any position on the paddock for Norths, and what a pass. As he was falling, his body hadn't been pinned to the ground, the arm hadn't touched the ground. That's a fair pass and a good try by Amos.
Sure was. 32-30. So now, what can the Devils do? Kirk Reynoldsson. He's had another good game. Probably took in the early stages of the game, he wasn't as dominant as was going to expect of him. But now they're just short of their own 30. As the clock ticks down, a little bit more than a minute to go. Lost ball. Maybe the Young Guns could score again before full time. They have possession.
Of course, Jerry, we talked about Marty Turner being absent today as a player, but as a goal kicker, his absence has clearly been missed.
Now the Young Guns only 12 metres out from the line. They can sense that maybe they can score again here. Michael Luck turning it back inside to Shepherd. The Devils holding them out.
The thing is, they don't have to score.
But if they can stay down there, Dave, that's certainly what they'd be wanting to do. Ben Leahy just short of the line now. Change of direction here for Chris Muckett. He scored one try. Back to Payne. Aaron Payne stepping beautifully. Good defence. JP Cherry, the man who set up that previous try, has saved one there. John Doyle, can he get it down?
Yes.
He has. Doyle scores a try, and that's it. The Young Guns have surely won it now with only about 15 seconds left. 36 points to 30, and the Devils so close to at least getting a draw find that they're going to end up with, well, a score reasonably in favour of the Young Guns.
He's a good player, this Johnny Doyle.
How strong is he?
Strong and always on the move. Even when someone gets a hand on him, he's twisting and driving forward. He's broken a lot of tackles today to set up a number of good plays for the Young Guns. Well, they'll be very grateful for the 2 points today. Norths, well, I'll look back and wonder how they didn't at least get one as the full-time hooter sounds.
John Doyle involved in the lead-up to 3 tries and scoring one himself. He has been a vital player for them.
Well, if he's turning his life around, he's certainly obviously turning the form around as well, and that's great to see. So don't be surprised if he doesn't go right up to the top grade again fairly soon. That kick looks good. No, flagged away. So the full-time score, 36-30 in favour of the Young Guns over North. Converted try the difference. A very entertaining game, a high-class game certainly between these two teams. And I'm sure you enjoyed it at home just as much as we did here at Bishop Park. And these Young Guns, they've set the mark, and they've set the mark pretty high indeed. We can go down, I think, to the man of the match, John Doyle, and he's with Warren Boland.
John, that try caps up a good game by yourself, involved in a number of the tries, but an important game coming up against North.
Yeah, mate, this was top of the table clash. North are a good side, and it was a good clash for our boys to get on top and show them we've got a dominant forward pack.
Yeah, the clash of the forwards, there was a tough struggle in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate, our forwards, they're young blokes as well as hard blokes, so this was a good experience for them.
Your own form, obviously you've had some ups and downs this season, but you look like you're on track with that game today.
Yeah, I need to get back here and really get some form and get some time in the field as well. I'm struggling to get time and fitness, so this was good for me, get some good time and play with these boys. They helped me out heaps, so it was good.
Well done, thanks.
Thanks.
Today's Q Plus broadcast is proudly presented by Super Cheap Auto. Father's Day catalogue out now. And Intrust Super, at your service.